Hi, I'm Jeff from Missouri Wind and Solar, and I want to show you how our new little grid tie inverter works. You plug this into any outlet in your house, hook your wind or solar panels into the back of it, and it just feeds power throughout your house wiring. And I'll show you how it works. Okay, this is our grid tie inverter. It's plugged into a wall outlet, and here's the wires from the solar panel hooked up to it. And what it's doing right now is feeding power throughout your house wiring. Now, if the utility grid goes down outside, this will automatically shut off just like any grid tie inverter would. And when the power is restored to your utility lines, this will automatically come back on. And it's a pure sine wave inverter, which puts off the same electricity as what the utility company does. And I'll show you how this works. If you want to know how many watts you're putting out, or you're putting into your house wiring, we sell a little kilowatt meter, and the way this works is that you plug it into any wall outlet in the house, plug your refrigerator, TV set, radio, whatever you have into it, and it'll display the wattage that appliance is using, the amps it's drawing, and even add up the kilowatt hours. So that way you know what all of your appliances are using. Say a television set in the off position can use 50 watts. It's a warm-up circuit. And you just simply plug this into the wall outlet, plug in your TV or any electronic or appliance into it, and it will show you the actual wattage that it's drawing in the off position, and you'll be surprised that a television set will use 50 watts turned off. Well, that's a warm-up circuit. So just imagine this. Say 2 compact fluorescent lights in your house are say 15 watts apiece, and that would be a total of 30 watts if you turned on 2 of them and left them running. Well, a television in the on position can use 25 watts, 50 watts, whatever, in the off position, so it's as if you've got, say, 2 or 3 compact fluorescent lights turned on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Anyway, to find out what your appliances are using, just use this little kilowatt meter. It works great. Now I'm going to show you how many watts the grid tie inverter is putting out with this thing. Okay, I got it plugged into a wall outlet, and it's showing you the voltage in the outlet. It's 123 volts. Now I plugged in the grid tie inverter. And I got a few solar panels hooked up to it outdoors, and this is the wattage that they're producing, and now I'm feeding the power from the grid tie inverter through your house wiring. It's increasing right now, so it's putting out about 140 watts. And if you'll see here, if you want to know how this is working, okay, as you'll notice, there's 3 little lights down here, and they're flashing really fast back and forth. That means the unit's working. And the faster they flash, the more power is being fed into this grid tie inverter. Now I'll show you how easy it is to hook up the solar panels to one of these. Alright, here's what a couple of solar panels look like. It's pretty simple. Now here's the 2 wires that were coming off from the grid tie inverter. I fed them out through the wall. Pretty simple. On the back of solar panels you have a positive screw and a negative screw. Just attach the wires to the back of the solar panel and you're in business. It starts operating. Now if you want to add another solar panel, it's simple. Just add 2 more wires. And run them over to another solar panel. Say if you've got a 300 watt grid tie inverter, you can buy up to 300 watts worth of solar panels and hook them all into that grid tie inverter. So if these panels were 100 watts a piece, you'd buy 3 of them max for that little 300 watt grid tie inverter. That's how simple it is. Once you get the wiring installed, there's a little weatherproof cover. Well, these things don't have to be mounted on the roof. They can be mounted on a rack on the ground. That's how simple it is. We sell a kit with all the solar panels and different grid tie inverters. Anybody can install this. You can build a rack, set it on the ground. You can mount it on the side of a building. You can put the panels on your roof if you like. Alright, these are 2 100 watt monocrystalline panels. And to get 300 watts, say for this inverter is a 300 watt inverter, I'll just add another one of these panels. But I don't need to use 3. I can use 1 at a time and add another one as I got money if you want to. And I'll go back inside and explain a little bit more how to stack those inverters. To give you an idea, it's kind of cloudy out right now. What the solar panels are putting out. They're putting out 180 watts and more than 1.5 amp. To give you an idea how much, say 180 watts is, say a typical compact fluorescent light bulb in your house is say 13 to 15 watts. We'll just go with 15. 10 of these bulbs all running at once is 150 watts. So we'll say you had 20 of these lights turned on in your house, 20 of them all at once would total up 300 watts. That's what this is putting out, enough to drive 20 of these lights turned on all at once. Now you can use more than one of these grid tie inverters. Simply, if you want more power, just mount it to the wall, plug the other one into your outlet, and now you've got twice as much power. Okay, to go over the whole thing again really quickly, here's my wires coming in from the solar panel or wind turbine. You just simply connect the black to the black and the red to the red, that's the positive. Once you get that hooked up, plug it directly into a wall outlet, and there you go. Green lights will start flashing, and the faster they're flashing, I mean, the more power is being applied to this grid tie inverter. Now we sell just the inverter without the solar panels. Now I sell these panels and grid tie inverters at MissouriWindandSolar.com. If you've got any questions, you can email me at jeff@MissouriWindandSolar.com. Thanks for watching this video.